get comfortable for a quick hair check. Right, I'm going to get really comfy. My head's in the way of that MB sign, so that's brilliant. Let's just bring this a tad bit closer. That's going to fall. That's going to fall. Oh, God, I don't think that's on video though, so it's fine. No wonder why I've been putting off the pod for so long. It bends, hang on, it bends. Right. I think we're all settled in. Well, welcome to my first ever podcast video. I don't even know what this is. Podcast, video, audio. I don't know where you're watching. I don't know how you're watching. But welcome and thank you so much for joining with me. I've been putting this off for so long, and then my mum brought me this for Christmas, and I thought to myself, she's gonna kill me if I don't even use a Christmas present, to be honest. So I may as well use a Christmas present, and here we are. So we're all set up, we're all nice and cozy. The heating is actually a little bit too much, and it's making me really hot. But I don't know if I'm hot because I'm nervous and I'm over talking and I'm talking really fast now. So maybe that could be it. Anyway, welcome in. Welcome to Masika Boutique. You're not here for a service at Masika Boutique, but you are here for the pod. I don't have any pod names for this yet, so when this actually comes out, I will have gone back and edited, and you guys will see the pod name, the pod intro, the pod picture. You guys will see everything. I don't know if I necessarily want to call it Masika Boutique, but it may just be Masika Boutique Pod, because at this point we've got Masika Boutique Pod, we've got Masika Boutique, we've got Masika herself, we've got Masika Boutique Supplying and Products. So this next year, 2026, is going to be nuts, absolutely nuts. And this is one of the things that I really wanted to do for a very long time. So here I am, I'm doing it now, and I can't turn back, because once I've started, I've got to be consistent. Which brings me on to my introduction. Hello, I am Masika Eves. I am 20. What have I just turned? I've turned 24. I've just turned 24. My birthday's on the 15th of December. So for all of December babies, you know how it is. We get really pushed out to the side because everyone's doing it. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's work due. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. I ain't got no money. So we are severely neglected at our birthdays. I mean, my mum's done an amazing job throughout the years, but we just feel that December neglect. If you're a December baby, you'll know. You feel the neglect with it. This year, what did I do for my birthday this year? What did I do? Oh, we went to York Market. I don't recommend. I was really lucky to go. But when one of my clients came in and was telling me about Birmingham Market, it just looked 50 out of 10. Yeah, it just looked way better. York Market I thought was a little bit disappointing on the fact, I'm going to say, because everyone was ranting and raving about it, and everyone was telling me I go every single year, I love it, oh my god, it's so good, yada 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 yada. And I was just a little bit like, oh, is that it? It wasn't really, it wasn't really given. So that's what I did for my birthday this year. However, I do have a summer birthday, and every single time I tell someone that I have a summer birthday, they think I'm absolutely nuts. So June the 15th, let me put this iPad on silent because Sheen's going to be popping off and doing the most. June the 15th, conveniently, is 6 months bang on from my birthday. And I am a true believer. I should have been a summer baby. 100% I should have been a summer baby, okay? I should have been born June 15th. I should be by the beach living my best life. I should be midsummer. Everyone's out and about. I'm out and about. Sun's out and about. It's all about being out and about when it's about June time. So June the 15th is my summer birthday. I don't do presents. I don't do the whole actual birthday party, but I do something in order to celebrate my actual birthday. So for the years that have just gone past, we've been in Tenerife for one of the years. What else have we done for my summer birthday? There's always so much that's going off. I don't even remember what we do, but I have a summer birthday, okay? It doesn't involve the whole present singing happy birthday, the cake, but we actually do something. Because this year, when it came to obviously York Market, again, lucky enough that I went to York Market, but it was pissing it down with rain. It was freezing cold. My hair got absolutely ruined. I already pre-knew that I wasn't going to wash my hair before I went to York. I was going to wash my hair after York because, again, I knew I was going to get caught up in the rain. And to me, as a birthday, you want to look your best and feel the best. So I should have actually washed my hair before the birthday. but I end up washing my hair after the birthday. So this brings me to why I have a summer birthday. Yeah, if you are a December baby, let me just put you on to summer birthdays, okay? 6 months from when you are born, whether I feel like this applies to very specifically October, November, December, and January, okay? February, everyone's picking up back off their feet. We've got Valentine's Day to enjoy, okay? Everyone's had their Christmas pay. Everyone's suffered the 150th day of January, okay? Everyone's suffered that. Everyone's done that. But now we are in there and February can actually be celebrated. So I don't feel like it should include February babies, but you can jump on the bandwagon if you want. If you want, you can jump on the bandwagon. I just don't see it being really beneficial for you. But October, November, December, January babies, you need to have a summer birthday. So this site just works. You go from 6 months from your birthday. Mine's June the 15th. So if you are a January baby, yours is going to be July. And what a perfect time to have a birthday in July. June, July, August, September are literally perfect times to have holidays. So there you go. I've just unlocked for you the summer birthdays. We've gone off par, but that's fine. You guys now know about summer birthdays. What I wanted to do was be really consistent on my content, and I've been saving this little gift bag. My client will know if she's watching the pod that this gift bag actually came from her, okay? I need to actually triple check if she celebrates Christmas, because something's telling me she doesn't even celebrate Christmas. But the fact she's even brought me in a present, honestly, has done it for me. It is absolutely lovely. Not only, I mean, I was really lucky this year and I got some absolutely incredible presents from clients. I got an Apple Pen for my actual birthday. That was off two of my clients. Honestly, I've had the most thoughtful gifts ever. But when she brought in this gift, I thought it was stuff I was going to buy already. And she said it was for the business. And I just thought, everyone always buys presents for me. Buying a present for the business, honestly, just did me in. So we take the tissue paper out. We're starting off strong and we're starting off with the smallest one. Okay. We have got a Yankee candle, and this is the candy cane milkshake Yankee candle. I am actually going to save this for next year because I've got a little box in the loft now of Valentine's Day stuff, Easter stuff, Christmas stuff. So this is going to go in my Christmas box and it's not going to go to waste. You will see this next year coming out because I've currently got a candle from Home Bargains and it is the Cherry Bakewell. It's the Cherry Bakewell one. I've had so many compliments on it, and obviously that's just the Home Bargains cheapest one. So I can imagine this smells even better. This for me was probably the favorite gift in the bag. This is Affirmations Desk. It's 30 daily prompts to help you practice mindfulness, and it's from Paper Chase. So I know this would have been an expensive present, and I'm assuming these next gifts are from Paper Chase as well. I always love that place. Go in, have a look, but don't actually buy anything because I think, oh god, it's really steep and expensive. However, she has got me these cards of affirmation, and I think it's absolutely, honestly, it's so nice. So I'm not going to go through them all because I want to be surprised with it for the first 30 days, obviously. But if I read the first two, oh no, hang on. Oh, they come color coordinated. So they come in brown, nude, and so on, so on. So the first one says, I radiate confidence, self respect, and inner harmony. The second one says, every day is a new beginning. Again, I'm not going to go through all the cards because I don't want to ruin it for myself, but I will keep you updated on my Instagram story, which conveniently then brings me to my social media. If you want to follow me along on my social media journey, I've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So they are all at Masika Boutique. There's no underscore, there's no space, there's nothing. I will put the text on the screen for you because a lot of people can't spell my name, which is just, that's another topic we need to get on, names, but we'll save that for another day. But yes, not a lot of people can spell my name, so it is at Masika Boutique for absolutely everything. That is the words of affirmation deck. So lovely, so thoughtful. I'm going to put them on display so obviously I can go through it with my clients as well, and hopefully everyone now that comes into the salon looks for these cards of affirmation and thinks to themselves, oh, I want to see what today's is, I want to see what's on my appointment. And you never know, you might come to me that much that you see them all the time and you get through the stack of cards with me even quicker. The next two things she's got me, right? If anyone knows me, they know I am a pen and paper girl. Hence the reason why when I was actually I actually brought the iPad. This is on my TikTok of me unboxing my iPad, my iPhone, and my Apple Pen. I got my iPad and my iPhone together as a Black Friday deal with Tesco. I kept on banging on about an Apple Pen, and I even ordered one from Shein, but it seems to not work. My clients then pulled through and said, we've got you an early birthday present, and it was an Apple Pen. Honestly, it was the thoughtfulness. They come to me they come to me twice a week because they're on the blow dry membership, which, let me just say and tell you about the blow dry membership. It is a membership with unlimited blow dries. There's no cut, there's no fee, there's no extras, there's no subscription. So you just pay every single time on a monthly basis for your membership. Some people take a month's break when they're here, there, and everywhere, and then when they're out and they're going on holiday. Some people keep it rolling, but they're my girlies on a monthly membership blow dry. Anyway, back to it. They gifted me with the Apple Pen. Honestly, I was just so. What's the word? What's the word for this? I don't want to say shocked, because I wasn't shocked. I was taken back. I was taken back that someone has actually listened to me, thought of a present, executed the present, and I just thought, yeah, you know what? This is why I do late night appointments for these girls and early morning appointments for these girls, because best believe there has been times where I've needed to get up at 6 a.m. to do a blow dry. And you know what? High risks create high rewards, because I've now got an Apple Pen. Anyway, anyone that knows me, I am a pen and paper girl. Let's rein it in and get back to it, because I'm going off key again. So my client brought me a weekly checklist, which I only had a few of my other paper weekly checklists left. So I was really in need of this anyway. I am assuming, because it's a weekly checklist, it has got 52 weeks on there, because there are 52 weeks in the year. I hope that's correct, because I'm not like an absolute idiot if that's not right. It comes with a clipboard, so I can clip other little bits and bobs on there. And it also comes with a pen. This is going to be so handy, because I am a pen and paper girl. I write everything down. I need to know exactly where I'm at. I need to know what's going off. So, weekly bulletin is in. It all matches. The salon theme is nude, beige, black, gold, and a splash of baby pink. Because if you've been with me through the OG days, you will know I've been a pink girl through and through. So there's a splash of pink here, there, and everywhere. She's brought me the matching set, which is the 2026 calendar diary, and even the first thing I have actually wrote in here is in the notes section, and it is actually for my pod and what I wanted to talk about. And I thought I was going to really struggle and sit here and go, hi, my name's Masika. I run a beauty and hair business. I don't know what to talk about. But I think I'm doing actually really well. So I just wrote down a few little notes that I wanted to go over and cover in this podcast, which we may even have to save for the next podcast, but we will see. I wrote down all my notes in here of what I wanted to get through, but then I also took a picture of it from my iPad, because I like to go on and actually write down and go through with my pen on is it the Freeform app? I think it's the Freeform app. You can just go through there, scribble everything on. I've been editing my lash picture on there, which has become really helpful. I can map out what I am doing, the diameters, the millimeters, all that shenanigans, and it's on my iPad. So absolutely love that. So I'm going to keep this open actually in front of me, just so I know where I'm at and what I'm doing. But I just thought it was such a really, really cute, thoughtful gift that I got. And I will always appreciate my clients. They are the heart of the business. This is why 9 times out of 10, I do bend over backwards for a lot of my clients, because 1, they keep me in business. 2, they choose me. And 3, I would like to treat my clients how I would like to be treated. So if that means that someone's got a job interview on a Monday morning and I need to do that wash and blow dry, I will gladly do that wash and blow dry, because they've been coming to me for a very long time. They're loyal, they spend their money, I am in their budget. So why can't I do a wash and blow dry on a Monday morning at 6 a.m? That's just me, and that's my opinion on how I like to run the business. I think that I reap the reward of loyal clients, because I will always stay loyal and I'll always bend over backwards. With that being said, that is the 2026 diary. This is going to get filled up this year. This is going to have all my notes in it. And I'm going to go through the year of 2026 and what it's going to do for me and the business. So let's get this out. Let's get this little line out and let's go through the year 2026 for Masika Eves and Masika Boutique. So First of all, I've officially started the pod. I've been putting this off for, I'd probably say, about a year now on a serious level. I was like, I'm going to do a pod this year. I'm not going to do a pod this year, 2025. I'm going to do the pod. I'm going to get the cabin. I got this cabin in April and I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to have this, that, this, that. And I just kept delaying it. I kept delaying it because I had a lot going off. 2025 has been an absolute nutcase year for me in my personal life. I will be really honest with you. It's probably been one of the hardest years of my life. Yeah, I'm only 24 years old and I've probably got a lot to come, but it's been a lot. It's been absolutely mental. Some of my clients know the ins and outs and the depth of it. But I would probably say the biggest thing that's happened for me in the most negative way, that I was burgled, and that is my biggest fear. The biggest fear of mine has always been me getting burgled, and the absolute worst case scenario happened to me. And I do want to keep it real and raw on the podcast. And I do keep it real and raw to my clients. I just feel like I'm doing a hair appointment or a lash appointment, but I'm not actually having to physically do the hair and the lashes, but I'm going to keep it real and raw. That was my biggest fear, and that literally happened. That's a story for a whole nother day, for a whole nother pod, because we don't want to get upset on here. This is the year of 2026 and moving forward, but it was an absolutely horrific year for me. Absolutely horrific. So I've been doing a little bit of research and I've seen a few videos. So 2025 was the year of the snake, okay? And this resembled the shedding of skin, the negativity. It was going to be a rough ride. It removed a lot of people that didn't need to be in your life. It was basically the year to get rid of everything that needed to be getting rid of, chucking it in the bin, and being able to restart in 2026. So 2026 is the year of the horse. The year of the horse is stabilizing your life. It's the year of luck. It is the year of your new skin being ripped off, and now you've got a fresh new skin to walk ahead with in 2026. It's taking risks. It's freedom. And 2026 is the year of new direction. 2026 is going to be the year where I get my stuff in line, in order, and I put it in gear. 2025 has been the year of a lot of people that have been removed from my life because they haven't served me in a purposeful way. And for anyone that knows me personally knows that when it comes to setting boundaries, once that boundary has been crossed, I do not go back. And another thing I want to establish in 2026 is a healthy boundary. I am really bad, but also really good at holding a grudge. So we'll look at it in both aspects. I'm really bad, but I'm also really good at holding a grudge. For me, I think I need to establish how long I need to hold that grudge for, how long is a healthy point, how I can move past, and if that grudge can be lifted. I'm really proud of myself because this year I rekindled a friendship with an old friend that I was holding a grudge with. And I think that grudge was held for about 2 to 3 years. Looking back in hindsight, did the grudge need to be held for that long? No, and I can admit that. It did not need to be held for that long. Were things taken out of proportion? Yes, by both parties. However, looking back on it now, it probably could have been easily resolved. But I also look back at that grudge and think to myself, it was a boundary for me that was crossed, that I then needed to put action into it to hold the grudge. Because one thing about me that I find is if someone crosses that boundary, there is no comeback, there is no apology, there is no moving forward from that. Because if you can cross that boundary and you can cross that line, if I then let you come back in again, you're going to then recross it again, and then we're just going to keep going around in circles. And to save my time, to save your time, to save everyone's energy, I just don't like to go back. However, I think 2026 is the year to probably rekindle and look at those grudges, see if they still need to be held. And also, I don't do any reaching out. I don't do no reaching out at all, and I'm really bad for it. And I think, is this a year I need to reach out and maybe undo these grudges and move forward with a lot of people? I don't know, but it's something I'm going to consider. It's something I'm going to work on, and it's something I'm going to go forward in 2026. That is one of my goals. Another goal of mine is staying really consistent on content. Again, when it comes to business, I'm either super consistent and you get 3 to 4 posts out of me a day, or you get nothing for a whole month. And that is a really, really unhealthy way to run the business. I see my production levels and I also see my profits for the business rise and fall when I've been productive in the business and when I haven't been productive in the business. This doesn't mean, I mean, I'm really lucky. I still am practically fully booked for most of the year, but I do see that skyrocket when I am on top of content. If I can still skyrocket and stay on top of content, then it's a win-win and I don't have gaps here, there and everywhere. I mean, it's physically impossible for me to be fully booked every single day of the year that I'm open, and I am always going to get gaps because, you know, things peak. For example, Valentine's Day, that's when I can add on extra days and work a little bit extra because people are going to be going away, people are celebrating holidays. For example, Christmas, people celebrate Christmas and they wanted their hair done, they wanted their lashes done. That's always going to peak. However, in those downtime and quiet periods, this is where I need to be even more productive and be ahead of filming, be ahead of content, having things together. April, I am actually moving over and having an accountant, which I'm really, really excited for because that's again going to take another weight off my shoulder and it's just going to be another job that I don't need to do. So, again, this is the year that I need to take accountability for what I'm doing in the business in order to make it grow. Also, well, I have also actually set up my supplies business. I am currently on TikTok Shop with my first ever product. However, I need to scale this business, and there are a million and one other products that I want to bring to the market that I've had testers for, that I have filmed my testing products for, that I've still not released. Again, I need to hold myself accountable and I need to get on top of my actual content because one thing about having a business and one thing about supplying products to other people in the hair and beauty industry, they need to be seeing these products. They need to know what these products do, how they're going to benefit them. They need to know the price point. There's so much that goes behind the scenes. But again, sometimes I have to scale it back and think to myself, I'm a one-man band. I don't have a social media manager. I don't have an accountant. I don't have an assistant. I don't have an apprentice. It is literally just me. So I have a million and one ideas that I need to execute, but this is a time where I need to sit down, take accountability, plan, hence the reason I've got this book now. I can plan and I can actually execute what I want to execute for the business, and then I can execute what I need to do in 2026. I also want to take out an official chill time. Now, I have a few holidays booked this year already, and I really need to take accountability for chill out time. I need to be able to turn my phone off. I have now got a personal phone and I've now got a business phone, which I have tried to make that work in the past by having a business phone and a personal phone, but it just didn't work for me because then I forgot about my personal phone. I ended up putting it all on the business, people contacting me out of hours, and it was just an absolute nightmare. So I need to take accountability this year for having chill out time. Chill out time needs to be a not necessarily a phone free zone because I still want to record personal content like I did yesterday. I went on a hike yesterday and I went to the Peak District, and it was a really nice personal chill out time for me to just be out and about with nature and like have a really clear head and just see the sights and not think about work. I need to take that on board in this next year. Not necessarily that it's going to be a phone free zone, but it needs to be a business phone free zone. I think I need to remember that I can't be contacted at all hours because that's where I then start getting stressed out. I can't be contacted at 2, 3 in the morning about an appointment for an eyelash infill because then I'm up straight away. Like, I'm really bad for the second that I'm trying to wind down at like 9, 10 o'clock. I have my phone on sleep mode, but recently I've been turning the sleep mode off because the second I hear a ping, I feel like I need to answer that message. Again, I'm trying to take kind of accountability and be really good for replying back to people straight away and not leaving people for 2 days at a time to get back about appointments. But then it draws a fine line of being 9, 10 o'clock at night when I'm trying to have chill out time and when I'm trying to watch TV and trying to have quality time, that then I'm replying to messages. So that's something I'm going to take into 2026 with me. That is a lot of my business goals. Another personal goal is I need to get back onto fitness. I'm not specifically going to say the gym because there was a point in time where I was working 12-hour shifts. I was going to the gym at 6 in the morning and I was going to the gym at 9, 10 o'clock at night. and I was absolutely smashing the way through. However, I didn't have a huge workload, so it was actually manageable. And I got myself into a really good routine, and I was going to the David Lloyd gym. Now, this brings me on to the gym, the David Lloyd gym. Okay. It had a sauna, a steam room, you had your classes, you had the actual gym, you had your indoor pool, you had your outdoor pool, you had your tennis courts, indoor and outdoor, badminton, indoor and outdoor, and you also had your food. Now, I absolutely love that gym, and I do believe that was the reason why I was so productive, because my little routine was get up in the morning, go to the gym, have breakfast at the gym, get changed, have a shower, go to work, finish work, go back to the gym, have my workout, and then I was playing tennis or badminton, um, or I was taking a class at actual David Lloyd. Then I would have my dinner at the gym, and then I would go home and reset the day. I'd have my tennis or badminton after the gym. Then I would have a shower. Then I would have my dinner. Then I could complete any work that I had to complete. Then I'd go home. It was so convenient, and it is so set up to be perfectly convenient. One, I miss the gym, and it's not just a gym, that is a whole like literal lifestyle. Okay. And what it did for me was work absolutely perfectly, because I wasn't going here, there, and everywhere. I was just going to one place, and I was able to do everything that I needed to do in one place. The only problem was the price. Okay, I'm going to be really honest, the price. It got to the point where I was just like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I wasn't even using all the facilities. I started dwindling down on my actual fitness. I wasn't going to the gym every single day. I wasn't eating there. I wasn't working there. And it just got really pointless and really pricey. So I have to weigh up the pros and cons of how much it cost and if it was beneficial for me. Because at the peak time it was beneficial, it was worth every penny. It wasn't then worth every penny when it got to the point where the sauna and steam room was always down. People were disgusting in the sauna and steam room. People were disgusting in the changing rooms. The gym equipment was breaking and wasn't being fixed and all the rest of it. um I can't say anything negatively about the food and the working areas, because that was absolutely 10 out of 10 all the time. One good thing about it was you never had to book the sauna or steam room, so you could just go. The gym that I'm at the moment, I'm having to book the sauna and steam room, and it is always full. I don't know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis of what time I'm going to finish work and all the rest of it. Sometimes people can run over, sometimes I can take an extra client, people book last minute, and I need to be able to just go to the sauna and steam room. I don't want to have to book it 2 days prior, because booking the sauna and steam room 2 days prior is just an absolute nightmare for me. It's so time consuming. I then have to book out time in my calendar just to be able to go. And then I end up just not going at all. Like over the Christmas period, I am really busy anyway, but I've not gone to the sauna and steam room like, at all. I've not been to the gym at all. And I think I've paid now 2 months worth of membership, and I've not even used any of it. However, it wasn't as expensive as David Lloyd. So I don't really, I can't really moan in that aspect, but I really want to establish a good, healthy lifestyle balance of going to the gym, going to the sauna and steam room, having some downtime and getting my work done and all the rest of it. So I am considering, once my membership is up at this place, going back to David Lloyd, but then I also need to weigh up the pros and cons of, is it worth it money wise, and am I going to be productive, and am I going to hold myself accountable for being productive? So I think if I be productive at the gym now, there is no excuse why I can't upscale and upgrade the gym that I'm at, because I don't really drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything wild and crazy. My money doesn't go on anything like extravagant. So why can I not then put my money into a lifestyle like the gym where it's actually benefiting me? You know, some people spend their money on their cars, some people spend their money on hobbies that they have, and I don't really have anything like that. So I think if I'm spending my money at a gym that's actually worthwhile, then that would all just make sense. So with that being said, there are my 2026 goals for my personal life and the business, my introduction on me, and how I want to upscale my life. And this is the first actual pod recorded, which I'm so proud of myself for. I've done absolutely amazingly again this year. Despite there being some bumps in the road, I feel like I've absolutely smashed 2025 to the extent I could smash it. 2026, we're only going to go better and we're only going to go harder. So I can't wait to see you all at your next appointments if you're a client watching this. I can't wait to see you at the next podcast if you're just watching this, just for the podcast. I can't wait to see you see my progression on Instagram and TikTok. And if I'm not held accountable for my content, then I'm going to have a YouTube channel with just one podcast on it, and I'm going to look a little bit silly. Thank you so much for tuning into my first ever podcast. I hope there's many, many more to come. And if you've got any suggestions on what you want me to cover, then let me know, whether that is commenting below, whether that's sending me a DM. I'm going to have a chat to a few of my clients, and they're probably going to give me a million and one different ideas of what insight they want to my life, or maybe even in the beauty industry, because I do a lot of beauty and hair training. So maybe you want me to cover some beauty and hair topics, but there are a million and one things I've got to talk about, because my job is basically talking based. So that's all I practically do all day, every day. With that being said, make sure you follow all my social media. It is at Masika Boutique on absolutely everything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I don't feel like anyone uses any other social media anymore. I mean, there is X, but for me, that's just another social media that I can't get my head around. I did have Twitter and I do have X. I have X if I get redirected there from TikTok because I want to see something, because it's too crazy to be put on TikTok and it is on X. Other than that, I don't really use it. I don't really have the time to get around it. For me, it's literally Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yeah, thanks for tuning into my first podcast. I can't believe I've done it. I am just woo! Go me. I done my first podcast. Oh, go me. If you've been to the cabin before, you'll know where I am sat in this setup. And I'm hoping and praying that the setup that we have is just, it's gonna upscale and it's gonna grow. This is where we're starting, and I can't wait to have a look in a year's time and see what we're actually doing and where we're actually going, because you never know. A year from now, I could be manifesting that I'm in a bigger place with even more clients, with even more business opportunities, with even more stock, with even more supplies. It could grow massive, and I have a million and one ideas. So by the end of the year, this book's going to be absolutely full. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next pod. That's a wrap. I've done it. I've done my first ever pod. That is a wrap. I can't believe it. That is a wrap. We've done the first ever pod. Oh my god.